I have never cried watching an Outlander episode this much ever since probably season 5. And my tears didn't start during that big moment when Claire was shot. They began when we saw the old romantic Jamie again, saying the most beautiful things you could ever imagine. The only time I'm without pain is when I'm in your bed. Come to me, shelter me, heal me. Stars will not burn out, nor will we. Jamie Fraser, the man that you are. Anyway, I will talk more about the emotional moments of episode 15, titled Written in My Own Heart's Blood. Now we all know where that title comes from. We should also look at the episode 16 trailer, which is already out. Before I go on though, I should let you know that there is no Outlander episode next week. The season finale will air on January 17. Mark that on your calendars and let's start. Lord John and William. I'm so happy that Lord John finally got to talk to William about the whole situation. I really needed to hear him tell William what an honorable man Jamie is. William, well, quite naturally, still looks at Jamie as a traitor, as William is literally a British soldier while his supposed father is fighting for the opposite side. It should not stay like this forever though, and the trailer for the next episode teases up a team up between them. I will talk about this more in a minute. Now, with William's storyline with Jane, what we predicted would happen actually happened. Jane has been arrested for the murder of Captain Harkness. William will definitely go and try to save her, but will there be a happy ending for them? We'll see. Roger and Bree. Finally, Bree has done something to move the storyline further. She's going to the past to find Roger, as she should. Meanwhile, Buck sacrifices himself to try to go to the future and let Bree know about everything. The interesting thing about that is that in the books, Buck stays behind in 1739, but the actor playing Buck was on the set for season 8, which means they may not follow the books on this one. And I'm glad because I like the character. His selflessness and telling Roger that his wife is probably better off without him was incredible. But since we saw Bree and the kids time traveling, perhaps there will be no need for Buck to travel too. Bree might arrive at Lollybrock in 1739 before Buck sets on his journey. What do you think will happen to him? Tell me in the comments. Before the battle. Now, the majority of the episode was allocated to the before and after the battle. It was a bit weird not seeing the actual battle taking place even though it has been teased for so long, but I understand budget problems. At least what happened before and after compensated for the lack of a grand battle. Jamie's fears of losing Claire, of being the commander of 300 young men, and Claire's fear of losing Jamie, as well as her foreshadowing her own near death with that scene under the stars, I felt like it fit perfectly to the theme of this episode. The same goes for Jamie's story of his mother's death. I've seen some people online calling that unnecessary, but I have to disagree. In an episode where Jamie literally goes to battle ready to die, his telling the story of his first experience with death made a lot of sense, and Jamie is a great storyteller. It might have felt out of place for book readers because it's actually a conversation from the Fury Cross, the 5th book of the Outlander book series. I also felt like this was a little promo for the Outlander prequel Blood of My Blood, which will deal with Brian and Ellen's love story, and Jamie concentrated a lot on his father's reaction to Ellen's death. If you want to find out more about the prequel, check the link in my description box. Other than that, what did you think of this scene? Do let me know in the comments. Claire is shot. I don't know if it's because I'm too involved with everything related to Outlander or the fact that I actually saw Claire all alive and well in the pictures from the Outlander season 8 set. Her getting shot did not emotionally impact me in the way that I anticipated. But Jamie's reaction definitely did. Throughout the series, these two end up on the verge of death multiple times, but you can see the fear in Jamie's eyes in this scene a little more, especially after the doctor says there is nothing he can do for Claire. One particular moment that broke me was Jamie saying,
"Do not leave me, Claire. This time I will beg."
Well, you might wonder, what is he talking about? What other time there was that he did not beg? It's actually a reference or a parallel to a scene in book 1 where Jamie takes Claire to the stones and prays to be strong, not to fall on his knees and beg her to stay. But this time, he begs because he can't handle losing her anymore. My heart can't handle this. We all know that Claire won't die. Come on, people, be real. There is still a season 8 to go through. Claire will be okay. As for Jamie, he resigned by making an iconic move and writing his letter on the back of a soldier with Claire's blood. But will his resignation be accepted? The trailer provides some clues. Episode 16 trailer. The trailer starts with Jamie by Claire's side. Apparently the surgery is over and they are waiting for Claire to get better. We then see young Ian returning to find Jamie and asking him, "You're not going back to the army?" And Jamie's like, "No." Young Ian is quite surprised. He's like, "Was that an option? Will they accept that?" And Jamie, as a badass, of course, says they're gonna have to. I love this man so much. In the British camp, William asks for Lord John's help. As we learned in this episode, Jane was arrested by a major who knew about the whole Captain Harkness situation. While Jane now should face the death penalty, being hanged for murder, it looks like she's being kept in a house waiting for her sentence. Lord John has a conversation with William about Jane. This probably takes place when William asks for his help to save Jane. Roger and Buck, I can see his arm, are in front of Lollybrook, and Roger sees someone. Who could it be? I bet it's Bree and the kids. Then we have this shot of young Ian crying. We haven't seen him cry like this even when his father or Uncle Jamie died, so something either happens to Rachel or his dog Rolo. And I saw pictures of Rachel on the season 8 set, so Jamie does the cross by looking at someone or something. It's not Claire since he's wearing different clothes. More on this later. The war is over because William is not wearing his uniform. He holds Fanny's hand. I'm guessing this is after he goes to find Jane. Bree is here and she does look like someone who just found her family. What do you think? Then we see Jamie trying to get into a house at night. Now, I don't know why it wasn't Lord John who helped William try and save Jane, but I'm glad that it's Jamie. Jamie tries to break into the house where Jane is kept. That's what I understand from these shots, especially since there's a redcoat holding a gun against him. There's also a scene where Jamie speaks to Fanny. We see Jamie dealing with the redcoat and taking the keys to probably where Jane is held. Then we see Jamie and William breaking the window to the house to find Jane. But why did Jamie do the cross sign? Book spoilers here. Move to the timestamp on the screen if you don't want any spoilers for the next episode. Yes, unfortunately, Jamie and William find Jane dead. She cuts her wrists with a broken beer bottle before William and Jamie are able to save her. I don't know why I expected Diana Gabaldon to write a happy ending for William, but it is what it is. And Jamie and Claire take Fanny with them to Fraser's Ridge. 100,000 Angels. This is the title for the season finale. I'm guessing it refers to the angels Jamie was talking about at the end of the previous episode. He was praying to God, saying, "Do not send your angels to take her. I will not let them take her." In the finale, I expect Claire to wake up and get better. She and Jamie should go to Fraser's Ridge to rebuild their home. Bree and Roger should meet and even time travel again to go see Jamie and Claire. I also expect the quest to find Jane will bring Jamie and William closer. What are your wishes for the final episode? Tell me in the comments. And watch this video to hear my thoughts on episode 14.